No sound. All right. Hopefully you're hearing me now. Let me know. Let me know how it is. It's a little windy here as well. So let me know if you're hearing me. Thanks for the heads up, Robert. It is Friday. Friday Q&A, live Q&A, investing in Ecuador. Going to try to keep this going Fridays at 5 o'clock Ecuador time, currently Central time. I am still here on the coast, just here for a couple of more days. Headed back to Vilcabamba on Monday, and I will be there for a while after that. Looking forward to getting back, but certainly been a nice time at the beach, something I enjoy quite a bit. Thanks, Robert. So yeah, here to answer questions on investing in Ecuador. Trying to keep these to about 20 or 30 minutes, hopefully on Friday nights. But happy to answer any questions you guys have. So wait for a couple of people to file in here. Appreciate you guys joining us. Give us a like here if you would, and fire away any questions that you have. Been a nice time here at the beach. We're actually doing a little project just down the beach here to my left. I don't know if that's left on camera that way. And do a little project there. We reached an agreement on a little piece of land, about 1.85 hectares, and do a cool little project, basically just with friends. But we'll have some lots to sell there on the beach. It's right in front of Isla de la Plata, which they call the poor man's Galapagos, which is, you wouldn't be able to see it, I don't think, in the shot, but it's right over there. You can see the island. I think it's about 20 miles or so off the coast here, where we are, just north of Puerto Cayo. And yeah, all right. Looks like questions are starting to roll in. What are the chances of shipping multiple geodesic domes in a container when we ship our home goods? Yeah, I'm not really sure if they would have a restriction on that or not. We did an interview with Paul Wilches, who's an expert on the shipping container. I would definitely reach out to him, check that YouTube as well. I'll type his name in here to the chat so you can see it. If you look up his interview, you'll see all the contact info. You could probably just Google his name and find him as well. I'm not an expert on what they allow and don't allow, but certainly, I think for sure you could probably get one in the container. Not sure if you'd be able to get a second or not. But yeah, you should be able to get at least one in. Okay, so fire away any questions that you guys have on Ecuador. Thanks again for joining us. Jesse Bayer, Abundant Living Ecuador. We are a real estate and investment firm located in Southern Ecuador. And yeah, going to do this for about 20, 30 minutes on Friday nights. If we get a good group going, good chat going, try to be pretty consistent with it as well best I can anyhow, and answer any questions you guys have on Ecuador, investing in Ecuador specifically. And yeah, it doesn't look like, let's see. Oh, here we go. How easy or complicated is it to import construction equipment and high-tech equipment like IT, PCs, routers, network, Wi-Fi? Yeah, so the electronics are easy. That's very easy. There's no issues importing electronics at all. In fact, Ecuador has just dropped most taxes on electronics as well, import taxes. So they're widely available. I mean, they're already widely available, but they're widely available, and they're just a fraction higher in cost than you would pay in the States or elsewhere. Now, as far as construction equipment, depends what you are referring to, but there's nothing you can't import. Sometimes you have to, you need an import license, which takes about 3 days and costs almost nothing. And then you need to register the product. If it's not registered, that's also not a huge deal. I use an import agent for a lot of that stuff, just because it's easier and they understand the system. But yeah, you can get all that stuff in. Some things have taxes, some things don't. A lot of things are available here already. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Brian, table saws, lathes, etc. Yeah, you're gonna be able to find all that here, no problem. There's really no reason necessarily to import it yourself. You can bring stuff like that in your shipping container if you're moving here. Those are considered household goods, so no problem there. All right, fire away, guys. I'll probably will jump out of here if it doesn't kind of pick up on the questions just because it is Friday night. Do have the family waiting on me. We only got a couple more days here on the coast. Headed back to Vilcabamba. IT services consulting. Is there a need for IT services consulting? I would say very likely yes. I'm certainly not an expert on that. They do have some of that, but Ecuador is pretty far behind on those kinds of things in general. So there's certainly in the largest cities, there would be some amount of IT consulting, IT professionals going, there. Outside of those major cities, not as much. I'm sure there is a need for that, but a little bit outside of my area of expertise as well. People must be busy tonight. I scare everybody away last Friday. We had a nice chat last Friday. I enjoyed that. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Do give us a like if you are in here enjoying the video. Trying to see, this is only the second these lives that we've done on the investment stuff. We'll see if people are into it. If it ends up being a weekly thing, happy to do it. I enjoy chatting investing, I should say, and investments. We're actually in the process at Abundant Living of launching a larger development company to be able to handle larger projects. Hey, wanted to refer you to Rick Simpson oil if you haven't heard of it for the spots on your head. Yeah, Rick Simpson oil is good stuff. Definitely not cancer on that I have, but do get a lot of sun down here, which I enjoy. Chris Kerwin, how's it going? I do. Hope you're doing well. Do you know if the Elon Musk satellite system is available in Ecuador? I have no idea. People I know watch the Starlink system move in the sky. I had a neighbor who was showing it to me here in Ecuador. So, yeah, I don't know though if the internet. I don't know exactly what his service does. I think it's internet. I heard they were beaming it into Ukraine or something like that. But beyond that, I don't know too much about it. Appreciate it, D. Lishka. All right. Well, definitely a quieter chat so far today. I'll give another few minutes here, see if people want to fire away. Chatting investing in Ecuador. Thank you, Albert. Appreciate it. I use Musk Starlink. Love it. Think it's only for North America. Yeah, I'm not sure. With having a residential construction background, is this a service that would be useful in the area? Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. There's right now we're in a little bit of a boom. There was a lot of inventory, and you by the area, I think you mean Vilcabamba. There was a little bit of an inventory sort of glut in some of the years where the economy and the real estate market were bad. So a lot of the inventory that kind of came on the market 13, 14, 15, 16 sat for a long time. We then worked through that in kind of 16, 17, 18, 19, really we're working through a lot of old inventory. Then we got into a boom in 2020. And so inventory dried up very quickly. Now there's a bit of a construction boom to sort of make up for that. There's a shortage of housing, shortage of new housing to be able to new houses to be able to buy as well. So there's a lot of building going on, and a lot of the construction in Ecuador just isn't great quality. There's absolutely some good builders in our area, but they're at capacity at the moment. So that would be great to have another good builder in the area for sure. And you probably have, or definitely would have all the business you can handle. Can a foreigner purchase a CD without living in Ecuador? We cannot find a concrete answer to this question. We'll be traveling there in May. Yeah, absolutely. No problem. That's very easy. It's done through a power of attorney. That's something, if you want to reach out to us, we can definitely help you with that. Not directly. We don't do that directly normally, but we can refer you to someone that can help you very easily with that. It's something in the past when we had a relocation services, we did for clients many, many times. Are most people drinking the tap water around Vilcabamba and Malacatos? I don't know, most or not. Most foreigners probably don't. Foreigners in the area tend to be pretty health conscious. So most foreigners are either have spring water or well water or or they're on one of the water systems that's pure from the park and things like that, which a lot of the areas in fact, a lot of the tap water in Vilcabamba and Malacatos is that pure water. So for those people, yes. But as far as the city water, I think a lot of the locals probably drink it. I'm sure it's good water, but it's treated and all that. So I think a lot of people either filter it as well, or buy water, or have an alternative source. Yeah, it's interesting going back to the CD question. Interest rates in Ecuador are high. For many years, you could get about 8 to 11% on a CD. My understanding is they've come down a little bit recently. I think it's more like 7 to 8% now, or 6 to 8% now, on bank CDs. So you can get some pretty good rates here if you're looking to do that. Obviously, you can back your investment visa with a bank CD as well. You can also do that by purchasing real estate or opening a business. If you want to buy your own equipment like a backhoe, bulldozer, digger, etc., can we buy in Ecuador, or could be a good idea to import from Canada or USA? Any idea on customs or taxes? Yeah, we've actually looked into that pretty extensively. You certainly can buy them here, but they're going to be a little bit more expensive than back home for sure. A lot of that stuff still is taxed on the import side. You can import them. You're going to pay a lot in taxes. The taxes are significant on the heavy equipment to import. That being said, if you're an expert on that and you have a good connection and you can find, good equipment there, it could make a lot of sense to import it, because you're going to pay a premium here, beyond the cost that it would cost you to buy it there, ship it, and pay the taxes on it. You're going to still pay another premium here because the person who you're buying it from, of course, is making a cut, and you could identify the equipment, yourself, if it's back home, where obviously they're much more, there's many more options. There's many more options as far as what you're buying. All right. Well, definitely a quieter night tonight. Again, I'll probably jump out of here momentarily. If we'll be back on the Thursday live stream with Carl, and I'll probably give it at least one more shot next Friday on the investor live stream. The first week was pretty good. This week's a little quieter. People must be busy tonight. We'll happy to get a good conversation going on investing in Ecuador if people want to. So, yeah. All right, guys. I think I'm going to wrap there. I appreciate everybody that did join. If you don't mind, give us a like, give us a thumbs up. No, I'll answer this last question real quick. No, you do not. You don't even need a contractor's license here to operate. That is not a licensed business here. In fact, in general, there's almost no such thing as contractors. There are in the largest cities, perhaps, but there's what they call maestros, which are really like foremen who kind of operate as contractors, but it's a much less organized sort of activity. So it's very different. It's not like a general contractor from back home. It's much more involved and hands-on, and there's a whole lot of moving parts to that. We could have a more in-depth conversation about that sometime. So, all right, grab this last one here. Are there tax exceptions to bring older equipment into the country, i.e. metal fabrication equipment, same as excavation equipment, especially obsolete equipment in the U.S. is a great opportunity? Yeah, I don't know if there's tax exceptions. I don't think so, because people would be doing that a lot, I'm sure. But yeah, that's sort of a nice arbitrage opportunity a little bit, where you can find great used equipment in the U.S. I know the U.S. has all sorts of environmental standards on equipment as well that they don't have here. So you can find stuff in the U.S. that's really cheap because it's a little older and people don't want it, and you can still bring that here and get good equipment here for much less than you would pay to buy it here. So there are interesting opportunities there for sure. The other thing is that labor here is very inexpensive and they fix everything. So things are used a lot longer than normal. Let's see. Yeah, that's correct, Jessica. You do. You have to, right, exactly. Again, we have look up Paul Wilches in that interview. It's a he gives all that info pretty well. All right, guys, I'm going to jump out of here. Have a great night, a great weekend, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Take care.